that come from offshore banks. Now, the customers have to impute the data themselves, and even for bills for collection. So, because before now, we've had experience of customers presenting documents, and then the details of the documents that will come from the offshore bank is different. So now that they have to impute it themselves, especially for bills for collection, when we eventually receive the documents from the offshore bank and there's a difference, how are we expected to handle the payments in such a way that when the CBN comes, they regulate us that, we will not be sanctioned and all of that?
Thank you very much. Last question. One person from the other side, please. Thank you.
Good morning, all. All protocols duly observed. My name is Sunday Wanjiku from Nestle. Okay, so I have a concern on the Biodogo. It's not allowing a partial partial shipment. Okay, there is this consignment that we have 4 partials, 4. I've been able to do 1 partial of the par, and then the second partial. But the third partial and the fourth partial is locked. So, and currently, that shipment is, we are finding it difficult to do the third and the fourth partial for that particular shipment to be able to use up the FOMEM. So currently, that is where we are stuck. And I've tried to seek help, but that help has not come.
Thank you very much. We have a help desk dedicated for this outside. It's part of the conversation, but we will have time to engage. Because of time constraint, I would like to invite CVN to respond to the lady. Then I will invite Nabil and AC Fanyam to respond to 2 or 3 questions raised earlier. CVN, sir.
For the question, UBA, I believe that the question you raised, even in the old system, it was that you took responsibility because you were the one that perhaps inputted those information. So what has happened in this case is we wanted importers to, there's a general consensus that importers should take responsibility for the information they are providing. So, of course, if you have an instance where an importer takes that responsibility, makes an error, importer should be able to write you and inform you of that error when documents arrive, and then you should be able to present that. Those are exceptions. Those are not the normal processes to a system. So usually a system is not built around exceptions. When those exceptions happen, it's expected that the importer would write you and then you will inform us. However, by the side, let me just say that, like I mentioned earlier, this is a work in progress. What we're trying to do is that as the system begins to work very well, some of those issues that are coming up, we intend to have, a bigger engagement just with authorized dealers. Like trade is very dynamic, and what the system is just capturing now is as is. So what we're going to do is, things that involve letters of credit, bills for collection, all those things will be accommodated as we go on. But the important thing is to have the system running smoothly, then those things will be accommodated. I hope that answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite Nabil to respond to the first and the last question. Then AC Fanyam will wrap up, please.
Someone asked about multiple users. Bodogu supports multiple users. When you register a company, Bodogu recognizes that account as a company, and you are allowed to have multiple sub-users that will act on your behalf. So the system already supports that. Then for the issue with partial pass, there's a validation, sir. The analogy I gave earlier, the example I gave earlier with regards to my Form M being worth $1 million, and I'm able to open multiple partial PARs. If I open my first partial PAR and declare 200,000, I open my second partial PAR and declare 200,000. Logic would tell me that I have a balance of 600,000. But these PARs are not just automatically registered. They are reviewed by officers. They can be uplifted. So in the event that my first 2 PARs I uplift, because quite sure that is what you are experiencing. But nonetheless, if that's not the problem, I would advise you to please contact our help desk team. If you contact them while in this hall, right this minute, I assure you that within 10 minutes you will receive a response. Thank you very much.
AC.
All I will say is, after here, once we are done outside, please come. I want to see it practically. I believe in practical and not the theories we are talking about, so that we'll resolve it together. Thank you as a team.
So on a practical note, we say a very, very big thank you to Mr. Olushina from British American Tobacco, Assistant Comptroller of Customs, Christopher Fanyam, PhD, Bodogu Implementation Lead, and Head of Import and Trade Relations, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Tiku Alu, Mr. Nabil Mustafa, Software Lead, Trade Modernization Project Limited, and Engineer Oyeji Francis, Head of SONCAP, Lagos. You're head of SONCAP. I think that's why you are so interested about this SONCAP. Thank you very much for the wonderful insight you have given to us, to our audience, and as the statement goes, discussion continues. Thank you very much for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Let's keep memories of this panel discussion alive with the group picture. Okay, moderator at the center, please. While the picture session is going on, please, we do not want to lose the momentum of this session. So the CGC has kindly and graciously asked that if you really, really know you need the tea, you can quietly do the tea break. But the session will continue. And if you want to continue with the session, please be like me. I converted the granules and the cashew nuts to breakfast. So you can, please stay behind. Let's continue with the second. Okay. For tea and come back. Please, if you need the tea, quickly. And please, for the standing, the other hall has been secure. There's a screen there. You may not have to stand. You can go into the other hall, have a seat, and connect with us using the screen. So please, collect your tea and be back. We have only 3 minutes dedicated for that. In the next 3 minutes, we would call for the second session. And, okay, the session will continue. All right, sir. Now, to make good use of the time, the CGC kindly requests that we set up the session. So we'll call the panelists. They will come and have their seats while